Hey everybody, Tham141 here, and we are live on a Thursday night. This is my very first mobile live. I am using my cell phone, and the app does not lend itself quite as well to my uh, chatting and stuff like that. I like the laptop version better. But I am at my mom's. We had to take her to a doctor's appointment today to get another blocker in her back to ease the pain. They last 8 or 10 months, and then she has to get another one. Everything went well though, and we are now back at her house, and that's what you see back there behind me. We are in Port Leyden, across from Trevor's. That's Trevor's house back there. And this is my mama's yard. Yeah. Um, so can everybody hear me all right? I think it's Mahinen is there. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Um, this will just be a quick live. This week I have been doing a lot of running. For getting my mom. She had to have a visit with the doctor. Then she had to have a MRI. And then today they read the MRI, and I kind of pushed real hard, and praise God they got her in to get the shot today. But it's been running all week. My sister from Florida, Georgia, and North Carolina are up. So I didn't get a lot done on the homestead this week, unfortunately. I really need to harvest my green beans. I do have some squash that is beginning to come up um, quite well. Um, hey, Melissa, how's it going? Welcome to the live stream. I'm probably not going to be on too awful long today. But I just wanted to check in with everybody and say hi and let you know that everything's going well. Um, Yesterday we took Trevor's and Matt's pigs to they had 5 pigs, I think it was, down here in Port Leyden, and then Trevor has 1 pig up to my place, and we took the ones down here to the butcher and took the trailer up to my house, up to the homestead, so that we can get them. We'll start feeding them on the trailer. I think I got too far away from the Wi-Fi. um, but we'll start feeding them on the trailer, the pigs, and then one day I'll go out with a treat on the 6th, and they'll run up in the trailer, God willing, and we'll close the trailer behind them, and that way we're not wrangling pigs in the mud. Oh, nice, your mother-in-law, nice. Um, yeah, that's always, I love having family up. My 3 sisters, Tammy is from Florida. We see her once, maybe twice a year. Her husband is very gracious with letting her. I say letting, but with getting her up here to see mom. My sister Carolyn, we didn't see her last time Tammy came up, but she came this time. And my sister Trina, we haven't seen in a couple years. She lives in Georgia, and it is just a pleasure to um, to get to see family. Family is so important. Homestead values that come and the mainstays of the traditional values is God and family. And it's just so cool them up here. She's needing to be taken care of now. Yeah. I think, I don't remember who said it. I think it's in the Bible somewhere, kind of, that getting old's not for wimps. That's why I refuse to grow up. I have to grow old, but I refuse to grow up. Um, but yeah. I'm my best. It is hard. It is really hard. But man, kudos to you for stepping up and helping out with someone who you love that needs help. It's not an easy thing to do. But man, I tell you, knowing you have someone um, that loves you, that can help take care of you when you get old, that's important. Um, Believe it or not, I'm no spring chicken anymore. Um, I'm pretty healthy. I'm 51. Think one of the older members of the squash group or whatever. I Squash club. I forget what official name was ever decided on for it, but yeah, at 51, I used to think, man, I don't want to. I was going to do one of our pigs next weekend, but brother-in-law's coming up. Oh, nice. You're you're going to butcher them yourself, or do you take them somewhere else to butcher? We take ours to Miller's. Um, they used to just they started out just doing deer during hunting season, and then they got a little bit bigger and started doing cows and pigs and stuff like that. Now they're getting really big, so that we literally, when we get our pigs in the spring, because we raise them from spring to fall, but when we get them, when we pick up the pigs, we schedule with Millers. Otherwise, because this is a busy time of the year, hunting season is about to start. So all the people with pigs and cows and all are trying to get fit in. Hey, Patrick, how's it going, man? I'm glad to hear you back and running. You said you'd forgotten to hook up the generator. Um, yeah, it's littlest things can set you back. Um, but but yeah, so with the family up and everything, this is my first attempt at a live stream on my cell phone. Um, and I'm awful close to that highway. Well, it's not a highway. It's Port Leyden. It's just a little county route, and it's really it really gotten busy over the years. I remember I grew up in that house that is right there. That I don't know if you can tell. It's a log cabin, partial log cabin, and uh, is it me lagging or is this lag? Oh, this is lagging. I will try to get a little closer. They're watching a movie on the internet inside. Um, but uh, but yeah, it's weird being able to walk around. I could not do this up at the house with this phone. I might be able to do it with my AT&T phone, um, cell phone, but then yet that's so small, I wouldn't be able to read uh, the chat and stuff like that. But yeah, I actually grew up in that house right across the road there from the time I was 5 until, well, when I was 16, I moved to Florida to live with my real father because I was a knucklehead. And then I joined the army. And then when I got out of the army, I lived there for quite a while with mom and dad, um, mom and pa, my stepfather. And now Trevor has traded places. Trevor bought this land here, and um, my mom lives here. And in this, I guess it's considered a double wide trailer. And Trevor took over the old house in Homestead. Um, I call it a homestead because he's about to put in his garage where we used to have a huge garden. And then there's a big hill there that you go up, and my stepfather had a huge garden up there. My stepfather had a green thumb, man. I don't know if he was born with it or what, but it was just amazing the stuff he grew. and my mom canned, and what they couldn't grow themselves, they would get from the farmer's market and can and preserve. And I was talking to Mom today, and she does, it's kind of like a hybrid method of pickling pickles. She puts them in water in a roasting pan for 14 days, the cucumbers, for 14 days in water, and then she puts them in the jar, and then she puts the vinegar brine over them. So I think she's getting both the fermentation, the benefits from the fermentation, and the flavor of the pickled vinegar pickled. She's getting both of that, because I love the vinegar flavor for pickles, and but I also know that the fermentation is really, really good for you. Um, of course, the traffic's going to pick up now. Um, I'm hoping I'm coming through to everybody. Uh, but yeah, I just figured I'd come on for a few minutes to tell everybody hi. I do have some more videos uh, that, well, tomorrow I've got to come out with a video that is in the can, but I've downloaded it. It's on the computer, but I'm not sure. I haven't done any editing to it or anything like that. So it might just take a little bit, but I will have my next video up tomorrow at 3:15 p.m. Eastern. Um, and this week, because of everything going on, Trevor's been riding me because I haven't got the UTV, the vacation video up of the Hatfield and McCoy trails. You can see Devil Ants, Hatfield, McCoy. That it's amazing, but it's it's one of the things where we're very interested. I was scratching my mustache, not picking my nose. Sorry. But it's amazing because there was so much riding and all of it was fun. But by the same token, I just don't want to put it out there for people to just watch us ride on trails. Some people might like that, but what we're going to do is, after when I get a chance, after I get all the edited videos up on my channel, then we're going to take the raw video and upload it to Trevor. Just started a channel. He's not going for subscribers or view time or anything like that. It's more just a place to store his videos for later so he can watch them. But he is, as a joke, he named it T Hand 142. And that's his channel, and he's got a previous year's raw footage of them riding the trails that we rode, the Devil Ants, Hatfield McCoy trails, on a previous year when he had his Honda 700, which is, it's really interesting, especially once you're there. I just wish that the camera would pick up the depth and the steepness of the hills that we were climbing, because I mean, a lot of it you had to hold on to keep from sliding way back in your seat and stuff. So those I release on Wednesday. I did not release one this past week because of everything going on, but Mom is doing better. She got her shot. And my sisters are here for 2 weeks. But I have got to get moving on the homestead, getting ready for the barn build. Trevor and Matt, since we took the trailer for the pigs up there so that we'll start feeding them in the trailer. And since they were up there, they helped me move the truck, which will not start and will not move under its own power. And then we moved the tent. It just made it so much easier than taking the whole thing apart. The tent garage that I'm going to be parking my tractor in until I get the barn built. And so that's the last thing. I've got it pretty much cleared out now. Once I get just a few more little things moved, I can go ahead and schedule the guy with the track hoe and bulldozer in and uh, get the driveway. I'm making a circular driveway and a gravel pad for the barn for the concrete of the barn floor to go on. Um, and that'll really be fun. Hey, how's it going, Marcus? Good to see you. Oh yeah, yeah. It is. It's beautiful out today. It's nice and cool. I could have got a lot done today if I was up on the homestead. And um, I know just a few days ago, well, I guess it was last week when I was actually working on the homestead, but I soaked right through like a t-shirt with just sweat. I mean, it was horrible. But we've gotten a lot of rain. Oh my goodness. The last week, 2 weeks, we have gotten some serious thunderstorms and stuff that um it's just been a lot of rain. Another development on the homestead that, man, I hate to report it. I had a chicken. She turned her leg. I don't know if a root got on her the wrong way and it popped her leg out. I tried to put it back into joint, but she was laying in the chicken coop next to the feeder, and I tried to get it straightened out, but I got home last night and she had passed, which is good because if an animal's suffering, I don't want to keep them too long anyway. If they're suffering, I'd rather they go. But then this morning I went out and one of my Buff Orpingtons was in the corner dead. So I'm thinking I have a weasel uh, getting into my chicken coop because I couldn't find any bruising or any marks on it. They were all alive last night, other than the one that was injured, which was a black sex link. And I'm hoping that that I can get my weasel trap up and running uh, so that I can catch the weasel. I got to get this barn made up. This chicken coop that they're in is not protecting them from all predators. I've been keeping. I don't know if I can I put that up? Yes, I have been keeping my eye on the forecast. I use about 5 websites to check. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, weasel in the chicken coop. It's horrible. One thing that makes me suspect that it's a weasel um, is because there are no mark. It's not eating. An owl or a fisher will eat the head. Will begin. They'll start eating on the head, and there's this where we just clamp on the neck and suck them dry of blood. Um, and that's what I think happened here. I didn't see any marks, but I didn't really look at the neck very closely. But I know it wasn't a traumatic thing. And also, her head was in the corner um, where in the corner of the chicken coop where a small weasel might be able to get its head in. So if for some reason the weasel was sniffing around there and the chicken, maybe a rooster was chasing it, but got in that corner or decided to sleep in that corner of the chicken coop, um, the weasel could have stuck its head in, grabbed the neck, and sucked it dry. Is some feral farm cats and yeah, yeah. I try to leave some cat food and hope the raccoons don't eat it. Yeah, can see, I'll try to show you here. My mom, right, let's see, take that off. Right down here, we have feral cats here in Port Lyon where my mom lives. And there it is. My mom feeds them. There's Mama. That is a cat. She is feral, but she will let my mom pet her. She will go in the house. My mom gives her treats in the house. Hi, Mama. My mom's cherry tomato plant, going good. But my mom loves the cats. But they are feral. We did. She was the cat was at the point where it would let me pick it up, or pet it. Um, it was getting real close to letting me pick it up, but I could pet her. And then we had the ASPCA come in and capture them and spay and neuter the cats that they found. And after that experience, she won't let me pet her anymore. Um, uh, but yeah. Mom at one time had 12 or 13 cats hanging around, and that was pretty interesting. But now, um, there's a okay. Here is the road that I grew up on, and the house that I grew up in is across the road right there. My brother still lives there, but then when I turn around back in here, you can, where is it? You can see the house back there. There's a road that runs back up that way, and there are other people, and cats tend to be a nuisance. Wild cats, a lot of people don't like them. Um, I think I ASCA, the Humane Society, maybe. Um, they they took them, and mom had to pay for it. I believe it was, she paid a discounted rate, but they took them into the vet. It's funny, if you've ever seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, North Country Vets, in Lowville. The kid who played Charlie is the veterinarian. I can't think of his name right now, uh, but he is the veterinarian. And so, we have our own Charlie from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, is the veterinarian. Um, and it is just, but they took the cats and they spayed and neutered them as needed. I think mom paid a small fee or whatever. They actually helped mom with food. They would bring food. I think it was the Humane Society. I really, Lewis County Humane Society. They would bring cat food to help her, uh, feed them, to give them a good life. But a lot of people don't like a lot of cats. I don't. My cats are both. Let's see, boy cats are spayed. My cats are spayed, and when another cat comes around, you end up with the screaming in the middle of the night when they're fighting and stuff, and it's just a bad scene. And I can understand, you know, people coming out and finding, uh, baby kittens that were born in their shed. Um, yes, they do keep the mice down. They do a really good job at keeping the mice down. Um, and the rodents, they don't have a problem. Mom hasn't had a problem with mice in a long time. Um, however, they putting the food out attracts things such as fishers, which we think we have a fisher around now. Um, and mom's had a problem with a black bear getting on her porch. And in the Adirondack Park, which we're right outside, I mean, I can walk, I'm going to say 500 to 1,000 yards, behind my mom's house, and I would be entering the Adirondack Park. which is one of the largest parks in the United States, state parks. Um, and the bears can be a problem. Um, yes, a few years ago, Mom was talking about how there was something going on with the climate because her songbirds weren't coming back. And I said, Mom, you got 12 wild cats living under your porch. And, they do cause quite the smell under her porch because it's all sand. Um, yeah, spading and neutering them, it is the answer. Mom loves her cats. They are her companions, even though they are wild. And uh, I think the one that is sitting on the porch over here right now goes into the house, and Mom can give her a little treat in the house. And it's just really nice for Mom to have that companionship. On the off side, um, they they actually have an entrance down here. Trevor's gonna plug it up. He keeps threatening, but they get in there, and you can hear them. Oh my! You can hear the cats when you're sitting watching TV. You can hear them down there. Sometimes they're they're um, thumping on things, and they hit the straps, the metal straps that tie everything that tie the trailer down, and it makes a big noise. Some of these cats can get cat flu too. I've called the vet. Yeah, yeah. You know, when you're into homesteading and stuff, you don't get into it because you hate animals. You get into it because you love animals. And even the wild ones in your area, you want them to have the best life they can. Um, my pigs will be taking them to the butcher here on the 6th, and my goodness, we've had them since May. I think it was May or June. um, and I want them to have the best life possible before they fulfill their purpose in life, which is to feed me. And part of that is taking care of them, feeding them, making sure they, you know, call me weird. You can throw a ball in with them, a beach ball or something, and they'll actually play with it. It's actually pretty cool. Pigs are really smart, but you want your animals, you want your chickens and your goats and everything else to have a really good life, because we love them. And mm, Mama, I'm gonna make you a star. Where are you at here? There you are. Oh, okay. I'll leave you alone. But she's just really good temperamented. She's never growled at me or tried to scratch me or anything. And there's another cat Mom calls Fluffy because it's got real fluffy fur. And she hadn't seen it for a few days. And when we were pulling out to go to the doctor, um, uh, we saw it, and man, that was a relief to Mom. I've had a crazy problems with mice, quite a challenge keeping the mice down. Yeah, it is. I have had some serious problems with mice to the point where, though I hated doing it, I had to actually get the black cat poison and start poisoning the mice inside my house. I won't do it outside because honestly, the cats take care of a lot of the chipmunks and the mice and the stuff outside. The chickens actually do too, but I don't like poisoning the mice because I'm afraid the cats will catch the mice or get hold of the mice before they die after they've eaten the poison. Then the poison is transferred to the cat because my cats eat the mice. Many times I've woken up and right inside the back door, I find a tail and a spine. That's all that's left. Maybe some guts because they want to see Daddy clean. Um, so I don't like poisoning the mice. but I had to. It is getting to the point where they were nesting and they were just, it was very unsanitary. They were getting in my pantry. They were peeing and pooping on my jars. Now it's gross, number one, but it's easily taken care of by just washing off the jar before you open it. But I it's just way too big of a problem. If they were potty trained, maybe I wouldn't mind them so much. But I was getting overrun inside with mice. Wendy kept telling me, "Honey, we got to go through that pantry," and unfortunately, it was her turn to clean the pantry this spring, and she went to heaven instead. Um, but yeah. Um, so that's basically what my week has been. Um, my stepdad is a seasonal trucker, so he is gone a lot and needs help. Yeah, yeah. When you're away from home, when it's quiet in the house and there's nothing going on, um, a lot of my problem with the mice is uh, I'm outside a lot, or when I'm not outside, I'm napping. But in that quiet, I only go in the pantry when I need food. Go figure. And that emboldens them. Um, if a place is vacant, yeah, the mice come in. Um, and it doesn't help that my cats sometimes they will catch a chipmunk outside and bring it in the house and set it down, and all of a sudden, boom, it's a miracle. It resurrects and takes off in the house. And when it's a chipmunk, I usually leave the door open in the summer and let the chipmunk can find its way out. But a lot of times it takes and it's mice, and they just go ahead and start a family. Hi, sis. Hey. My sister Nina. Let's see here. Yeah, I think mice are, yeah, they're nocturnal. I had a mouse in my car blower motor, broke it. Yeah, yes. And I found out we had mice destroy a couple of the wire harnesses in my truck, and it was horrible. What I found out in my research is I believe they use the cheapest oil possible, which I think is peanut oil, to oil the wire before they put the rubber coating on the wire. And that's why mice love to eat wire, because they smell that oil in there, the peanut oil or whatever, and it ends up being a big cost. I had to have the truck totally rewired. Um, and yeah, they get in the blowers, they get in the air filters. You really got to keep, especially if you live in a rural area. I haven't had any rats. Now here in Port Leyden, I had rats. I had big rats. Some of them were muskrats, some of them were swamp rats, but I had some big rats. And but up in on the homestead in Ava, I don't have that many actual rats. They're all mice, the little field mice and stuff. I've caught a couple big mice, but most of them are just the tiny field mice. But um, I have a bunch of plastic totes to store my ropes in. Yes, yes, plastic totes are your friend. I've got all sorts of my food, not my storage food. I have my prepper food in my pantry, but even the stuff that I use, anything in a box has to go in a tote, a plastic tote now, just to keep the mice off it and stuff. Pancake mix, the pancake mix was a big one. Powdered milk is another one. If you buy the boxes of powdered milk, for long-term storage. That is, the mice love that. Um, uh, my stuffing, I eat stovetop stuffing a lot. I love it. It's just, man, you boil water, you dump it in, you stir it up, you take it off the heat and let it sit, and it's done. And it will fill you up. Probably not healthy to eat a whole box of that yourself in one sitting, but it's a good meal. And um, but they would get on the boxes because it's in a metal lined pouch inside the box, so the mice don't mess with that. But they get on the boxes and the I would really hate to take a black light in my pantry and see where all the mice have been and where they've been going, uh, to be polite about it. But yeah. So anyway, guys, that's what's been going on. Holy cow, I did get a 35-minute. I believe Thorhaven Farm might be going live tonight, and tomorrow is Rem's Family Farms live stream. Don't miss that. Sunday, I think she might have started lives back up. I'm not sure. But Annie at Bucket List Homestead. And then I want to say Monday or Tuesday night is um wait, no, Annie is Back to Basics Homestead. Lynn is Tuesday, I believe it's Monday or Tuesday nights, uh Bucket List Homestead. Lynn has her live, um wide wide family farms, I think it is, or something to that effect. WYDE. They have lives a lot. I've had a lot of fun in their lives. They had a game night. I think it was earlier today, maybe. They had a game time that was just really, really fun. Um, so guys, yeah, check out the whole squash gang. Remy from Rem's Family Farm, um, and Marilyn, she's always everywhere. She is one of the best moderators you're ever gonna find. Um, yes, Lynn is Wednesday. Okay. Um, um, yes, Marilyn is a little homestead by the beach. Then Melissa, from little, what is it? Little House in the Woods. Um, second second bucket of cat poison. Gotta go. Gotta do it. Yeah, yeah. Rat. Okay, yeah, rat. Yeah, you've got to you've got to take care of what's yours. There are going to be mice right up until Jesus comes back, I am sure, and we're not going to make them go extinct or anything like that. But boy, oh boy, if one gets in your pantry and your pantry isn't protected, it can be devastating to the homesteader, especially when you're homesteading on a budget. Uh, I don't know anyone who claims to be a homesteader who is rich. I am very fortunate, that I have a decent income from uh, being medically retired through the VA, but then there are a lot that Remy holds down a full-time job. Most of them hold down a full-time job and homestead, and that is a feat, man. You got to protect what you put up because you can't afford to do it again. It's like right now, everything in the gardens that we're harvesting, if we don't protect that, it's too late to plant it again in upstate New York where I live. Uh, you can't just plant again uh, and have something come back. You're done for the winter. Basically, if it's not your um, if it isn't already planted, you're not gonna have time to plant it. Hey, there's Trevor. What's up, Trevor? All right, guys, I will talk to you later. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Um, Go ahead and if you think about it, hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that little yellow notification bell so that you get notified every time I come out with a new video or a live or anything like that. Go ahead and uh, uh, jump in. This we have a wonderful homesteading community uh, that I am privileged to be a part of. The Canadian homesteaders, which I am in upstate New York, but they still let me play. Um, yes, God willing, you will see me next Thursday. And hopefully, I'll have more to talk about. All right. Y'all have a great day and God bless.